So, yeah, Bri, we're going to move to the next topic. So, some weeks ago, 21 Savage started this movement called F the Streets.
Okay.
And pretty much he posted it on Instagram and his stories. Young Thug reposted it, I want to say, because I seen Young Thug repost it. I seen YFN and Lucci repost it. Pooh Shiesty, G Herbo. A lot of these different people posting F the Streets on Instagram. He basically started this movement basically saying, F the streets.
Yeah.
It hasn't done anything but cause trauma, caused a lot of, issues and stuff like that within people's families and households and things of that nature and stuff like that. So he basically saying, hey, F the streets. Now, you did have some people supporting it, and then you had some people, like Boosie, for instance, who came out and said, well, if you're going to say F the streets, you can't be talking about the streets in your music. Mm-hmm. And then also you had some people as well saying, you're saying F the streets, but some of you all started off in the streets, and that's what allowed you to get into the hip-hop business or get into rap, to take your career to those big levels to where you are. So how can you come back and say F the streets now?
Yeah.
Right? So what are some of your thoughts, Bri, on this whole F the streets movement? What do you think?
Personally, I feel even Boosie, everybody that's really in the streets, trying to do something to get out the streets.
Yeah.
So even though Boosie make that comment, hey, shout out to Boosie. I like Boosie. I like his music, everything. But
exactly.
You don't want to be in the streets either. Nobody who really in the streets want to be in the streets.
I agree.
So for that, I commend them for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when you really think, not saying I don't know them boys in their life, I know their music, you know what I mean? But I don't personally know now one of those.
Yeah.
But based off, what I know about them and how they music, boy, them boys tired of the streets.
That's basically what they're saying, the ones that are saying that.
Yeah, you get older. Everybody gonna, I pray everybody live to hit 40, 50 years old.
Yeah.
Especially, 30? You got kids. You got a kid that's 15 years old.
Yeah.
The streets, what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want my little ones, doing that now. For those that were in the streets or is in the streets, you there because you gotta be. You know what I mean? This ain't nothing that you wake up and say, I love the streets.
I want to be
That's
in the streets.
Stupid.
Right.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And to me, I said this once again in another show. Real gangsters don't want to be,
Right.
This is this is what you gotta be. You know what I mean? You want peace. Real gangsters want peace.
Yeah.
They don't want to see nobody get hurt. They don't want to see children go through things.
Yeah.
You want peace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you do what you do because you know you can maintain peace for people. You can put people in positions. You can change people's lives.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, it's not always, by the book. That's why you consider what you is.
Yeah.
But you're a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
For those type of people. You know what I mean?
Right.
So for that, I commend it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
F the streets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We know what it bring.
Yeah.
It bring heartache. It bring pain. It bring sadness. You know what I mean? It bring people losing to jail or dead. You know what I mean? We know that's what the streets do.
Yeah.
We know that.
Yeah.
So for somebody like 21 to say streets, who better? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who better?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I love that. Hey, they jump on because that's what we should be doing. You know what I mean? And now to the music, I know. I mean, you mentioned Boosie say the music. Still talking about it. With a lot of artists, I like to hear the growth.
Yeah. Same here.
So what I can say with 21 Savage music, I hear growth.
Growth. I have too.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
definitely.
It's not all kill. It's just. I still feel, regardless of what people may think, music is poetry.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's no different than Martin Scorsese making a movie about
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And this artist just rapping about.
Yeah.
So you got to be able to separate the two. But
I agree.
It's easy for them to separate the two I'm just gonna say it. When you're the right color. They can separate the art from the realness then.
Right.
But when you're young, black or whatever, oh no, you talking the truth. We got to put you in jail for what you said about, hey man, mine's art too.
Exactly.
Mine is just a story. Mine is just, you know.
Yeah.
So to me, on that level, separating the two.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What he put out, how you interpret my music is not for me to, you know, not for me. It's not my fault how you interpret my art.
I agree.
You know what I mean? My art is my art. It came from wherever it came from.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Now, if you sit down with me and I tell you where it came from, then that's a different story.
Yeah.
But if you assuming, because I'm talking about something, and you think I'm, you know, hey man, that's on you.
Yeah.
You know, did you buy the album though? That's all about. Did you buy the album? Did you bootleg and shit? If you ain't buy it, I mean, if you bootleg it, don't talk to me about nothing.
Yeah.
Go buy it. Then we can sit down and have a conversation about it.
Exactly. And to me too, like when it comes to music, you're talking about the streets, a lot of times too, a lot of artists, especially in hip hop and rap, that may have came from the streets, they're telling their story.
Yes.
Things that they experienced don't necessarily mean they're in the streets right at this moment. Might just be them telling their story, right? Their experiences of coming up in the streets don't necessarily mean they still condone the streets, if that makes sense as well, right? So that's another way we have to look at it too, I believe.
Of course, it ain't sometimes to me I feel certain artists I listen to, I don't hear them condoning it.
Yeah.
Because some artists tell both sides.
Right.
You feel me?
Exactly.
It is both two sides.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
It is, you know. And let's just be real. Everybody in the streets ain't really making a lot of money. They
That's
just
true.
surviving.
That's true.
You feel me?
That's
you got
true.
a small percent of people that's really out here making money like that can change, you know.
Exactly.
But most people in the streets, well, you're there because you gotta be.
Yeah.
You folks won't hire you.
Yeah.
You got a family, you got things to take care of, responsibilities.
Yeah.
So taking these penitentiary chances is how you see to get by. You know what I mean?
Yeah. At that time,
And a lot of, sometimes we still do have, I feel, a lack of education. You know, I think education, you know, not saying go to college and you're going to necessarily be something, but just from the education standpoint of knowing your options. And being able to have options.
Right.
Some people don't even have options, in my opinion.
Right.
You know, and to that's why they're, you know, in that position now. I don't look down on them for that, but they don't want to be there. If they can do anything else, I know they would.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Absolutely.
That's what I feel on that.
Hello, this is G Bass, Rise of the 1%, Rise Media. We on this Saturday evening about to get ready to knock out some podcast episodes with some individuals here in the city of Atlanta making some big moves. You can see here, look, this is how it goes down. Here when our guests come and sit down with myself, G Bass, other Rise of 1% of Rise Media, to have that conversation, to share the story, share the journey, share what you got going on. So listen, everybody got a story, everybody got a journey, and then you got some things going on, then you definitely can get with us and see if it'll be a fit to be on the Rise of 1% podcast and actually have that discussion with myself. It's going to be a link to a form for you to fill out. You said www.theriseof1%.com/pod-form. Again, www.theriseof1%.com/pod-form. It's going to be in this video. You can fill that out. And we can see if it'll be a fit for you to come on and have that conversation with myself. If you don't fill out the form, then obviously it's not for you, and that's fine. We're looking for those that's serious. Those that's serious about rising to the top 1% are already in the 1%. That's what we're looking to sit down with myself right here. As you can see, Rise Media, Rise to the 1%. This is how we get down. We have a great time and have a lot of fun doing it. So once again, if you're serious, make sure you fill out the form. We'll look over the form, see if it's a fit. If it's a fit, we'll reach out. If not, we won't reach out. We'll just continue to move forward. But with that said, This is G Bass. See you soon. Have a great one on purpose.